Yeah, hi. My name is Lalit and today I'll be assisting you with JEE Advanced Maths Paper 1. तो अभी जस्ट पेपर 1 हुआ है 21 मई को, पेपर 2 चल रहा है वहाँ पर and the moment we get a paper we'll upload the solution soon. So here my colleague Pradeep Nagar will be helping.
Yeah, the paper was very good. It was good conceptual paper. It was not lengthy. So we will start with question number 37.
And we are assuming that you have gone through the paper because हम लोग का एक time constraint है, we have to wind up in 30 minutes. So we'll make sure that you have already analyzed, you have gone through the complete paper yourself. So this video will definitely assist you to understand all the mistakes you have committed there. I hope you haven't committed many. आपने शायद गलती ज़्यादा नहीं की होगी. And let's start with this question now. 37. We are talking about code 7 here. We talk about code 7.
Yeah.
And this is answer key. Yeah.
It is given that imaginary part of this is y. If we will put z into x plus iota y, we will get that it is ay times x plus 1 minus y times ax plus b upon x plus 1 the whole square plus y square. So this will be the imaginary part of this complex number which is given as y. If we will equate it with y, since y is not equal to 0, we can cancel it out. And we will get that x plus 1 the whole square plus y square is equal to a minus b, which is given as 1, hence it will be this one. They are asking the value of x in terms of y, which can be easily find out from this one. You can say that it is minus 1 plus minus root of 1 minus y square. Hence the correct options are A and C. Okay, next is question number 38. In this they have given some function defined from set of real numbers to 0 to 1. It is given as continuous function. Then they are asking that which of the following function will be 0 at some point in the interval 0 to 1. In the first option we have e power x, let's call it capital F of x. It is e power x minus 0 to x f of t sin t dt. Since f is defined from r to 0 to 1, that means fx lies in the interval 0 to 1. If fx is lying in 0 to 1, sin x is also lying in 0 to 1 when x belongs to 0 to 1. So both are lying in 0 to 1, hence their product will also lie in 0 to 1. So this entire term is less than 1 and greater than 0. And for x greater than 0 less than 1, e power x is more than 1. Hence this complete term will be positive. So it cannot be 0 because this complete term is positive in the interval 0 to 1. So A cannot be the answer. In the second case, the function is given as f of x plus 0 to pi by 2 f of t sin t dt. Again the same logic. This function is lying in 0 to 1, that is also in 0 to 1. So product will be 0 to 1. So integration will be positive. So this term is positive, this is also positive, hence again this complete thing will be positive, hence it cannot be 0 for any x in 0 to 1. Next, in the C option we have function as x minus 0 to pi by 2 minus x f of t cos t dt. In this case we can see that g dash x is 1 minus a derivative of this, which will be plus minus 1 into the value of this function at pi by 2 minus x, that is this, into cos of pi by 2 minus x, which is sin x. We can see that this is in 0 to 1, that is in 0 to 1, hence this complete thing is positive. So derivative is positive and g of 0 is 0 minus this positive quantity which is negative number, and g of 1 will be 1 minus 0 to pi by 2 f of t cos t dt. This is in 0 to 1, this is in 0 to 1, hence this complete thing is less than 1. So 1 minus that will be, this is 5 into minus 1. Yeah, this is less than 1, so 1 minus less than 1 will be positive. So this function is having derivative positive, that means it will be increasing function, and it is starting with negative value, ending with positive value, hence it must cross x-axis at some point in 0 to 1, hence this will be the correct option. In the last term, it is x power 9 minus fx. This is in 0 to 1, that is also in 0 to 1, hence it can be 0 for some x. Hence the correct answers are C and D. The next question is
question 39, question from probability. बहुत ज़्यादा difficult question नहीं है. I remember solving the same problem in your crash course. So question was like this: it's a conditional probability problem. So probability of x intersection y is equal to probability of x when y has happened into probability of y is equal to probability of y when x has happened into probability of x. Fine. तो इन्होंने क्या दिया है, p of x slash y दिया हुआ है half, p of y slash x दिया है 2/5, p of x दिया हुआ है 1/3. So this unknown variable p of y can be found out by this. So ये 4/15 आता है इसका आंसर. So that way A option is correct. Probability of y is 4/15. अब उसने बोला है कि probability of x union y. So probability of x union y equal to probability of x plus y minus intersection, जो common part है उसको निकालना पड़ता है क्योंकि दो बार कैलकुलेट हो जाता है. If you calculate this, it doesn't come out to be 2/5, so B is not the right option. Now C पूछता है p of x bar dash y, मतलब y हो चुका है और तब x के ना होने की probability क्या है? What is p x bar slash y? So this is equal to p x bar intersection y by p of y. Going with the same logic, but इसमें x का x bar कर दिया है, यहाँ भी इसका x bar हो जाता है, right? Now how do we get p of x bar intersection y? This is equal to p of y minus p of x intersection y. अगर I'll explain it here. जैसे probability of y कितनी होगी? Probability of y होगी x और y का intersection जो कि इतना है, and then x bar and y का intersection जो कि इतना होगा. So that is probability of y. So probability of y equal to probability of x bar intersection y plus probability of x intersection y. So इसमें p of y पहले कैलकुलेट हो चुका है 4/15. So I have put the value of p of y is 4/15 and this we have calculated as 2/15. ये देखो ये पूरा 2/15 आता है ये यहाँ पर, and 1 minus this comes to 1/2. So that way C option is correct. And automatically D is wrong because we have got this as 2/15 or D बोल रहा है 1/5. So that's wrong. So that will A and C are the correct options. Now moving on to next question, that is question number 40. ये एक again काफी straightforward question है, and I believe you can solve it by intuition also. इसमें बोलता है कुछ 40 बोलता है there is a function that is defined as x into cos of pi x minus pi into x plus box x. Box x as in greatest integer function. तो ये जो फंक्शन है ये डिसकंटिन्यूअस कब कब होगा ये पूछ रहा है आपका, ठीक है? तो इट्स बट ऑब्वियस दैट जहां पर बिकॉज़ यू नो x इज अ कंटीन्यूअस फंक्शन एंड cos इज आल्सो अ कंटीन्यूअस फंक्शन प्रोवाइडेड दिस टर्म डज नॉट जंप. तो ये बॉक्स x है, ये हर बार इंटीजर पे जंप करता है. सो इसके आंसर है ऑल इंटीजर्स, बट यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल अबाउट दिस x हियर. तो यू नो ये x से मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है, इसकी वजह से क्या होता है व्हेन यू मल्टीप्लाई द होल थिंग विद 0 तो एनीवे जो फंक्शन वहां पर x इक्वल टू 0 पे 0 से क्रॉस कर रहा होता है, राइट? तो इवन देयर इज अ जंप एट x, the multiplication with this x will make sure that it doesn't jump at x equal to 0. So it's not a discontinuous function at x equal to 0. So A, B and D are the correct options here. Yeah.
Question number 41. They have given tangent of some hyperbola, that is this one, and it is given as this one, but according to the standard concept, the tangent of the hyperbola should be this one, y equal to mx plus minus root of a square m square minus b square. So comparing both the things, this given tangent and the obtained equation, it should be this one, m equals to n, this is equal to 1. So that will give you that a square is 17/4. So a should be root 17/2. They are asking which of the following options will form a Pythagoras triplet. Out of all these four options, only this will make, this is making Pythagoras triplet. Hence the correct options are A, B, D. Next, question number 42. They're saying which of the following options are not the square of some 3 cross 3 matrix with real entries. For any square matrix, A into A, it will be A square. If you will take determinant of this relation, we will get that determinant A into determinant A should be determinant of A square. We can see that if A is having real entries, this will be some real number. Real number ka square will be nothing but positive. So this should be positive. Out of all the given options, we can see that A and B, for option A and B, determinant of A square is negative. Hence, those cannot be the square of some particular matrix. Hence, the correct answers are A and B options. Next, question number 43. It is a standard question of coordinate geometry. They are saying that there is a chord of the parabola y square equal to 16x whose midpoint is given as h comma k. If midpoint is this, then chord should be t equal to f1. That will give us ky minus 8 x plus h equal to k square minus 16h, that is y will be 8 by k, x plus k square minus 8h upon k. So this should be the chord of this parabola whose midpoint is h comma k, and the given chord is 2x plus y equal to p, that is y is equal to minus 2x plus p. Comparing these two things, because this should be the chord and this given chord, we will get that k should be minus 4 and p should be minus 4 plus 2h.
I guess it's a typical question which they have been asking in many JEE. बहुत बार पूछा हुआ है question on it.
एकदम standard question.
Very standard.
So from this one, we can easily make out the correct options. So the correct answer is B. Here next is question number 44. Very standard question of integral calculus. They have mixed the concept of integration and limit. They have given some initial values of some function. F of 0 is 0, f of pi by 2 is 3, and f dash 0 is 1. They are saying the function is differentiable, and they are talking about a function g of x, which is integration of this function f dash t cosec t minus cot t cosec t into f of t. From observation, you can see that this is nothing but f of t into cosec t derivative. So integration of derivative of this function should be f of t cosec t. We are integrating it from x to pi by 2, so that will give us f of pi by 2 into cosec pi by 2, which is 1, minus f of x into cosec x, which can be written as 1 upon sin x. So the function is, using those initial values, we can write it as fx 3 minus fx upon sin x. So this is g of x. Now they are asking the value of this limit x tending to 0 of g of x. So it should be limit 3 minus limit x tending to 0 of fx upon sin x. Since function is given as continuous and differentiable, f of 0 is 0, so this function will tend to 0, that is also tending to 0. So we will apply L'Hopital rule here. So we will get that it is 3 minus f dash x upon cos x. Now it is not having indeterminate form, so it is approaching to f dash 0. So the answer is 3 minus f dash 0, which is given as 1. So it is 3 minus 1, that is 2. So the answer of this question is 2. Next.
Sorry, 45. See, it's again a question from probability. इस पेपर में 2 ही क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं, एक पीएनसी का, एक प्रोबेबिलिटी का. तो आई एम अश्यूमिंग दैट ये पेपर 2 में ज्यादा क्वेश्चन आ जाएंगे पीएनसी प्रोबेबिलिटी के. लेट्स सी. तो 46 जो क्वेश्चन है, इसमें बोलता है 10 लेटर दिए हुए हैं, 10 letters given to us and you have to use these 10 letters to form a word. So obviously it is 10 factorial, right? We have एकदम फर्स्ट लाइन पढ़ते हैं शायद जब हम पीएनसी पढ़ते तो x comes out to be 10 factorial. Number of ways in which I can arrange these 10 objects or 10 letters to form a word. Now दूसरा एक और word बनाना है, उसमें कुछ restrictions दिए हुए हैं उसने. In that he is saying that you have to choose one letter in such a way so that it comes double. वो 2 बार आना चाहिए वो. से मान लो A है तो A 2 बार आ जाएगा, right? And that should be the only letter which should come as double. उसके अलावा कोई दूसरा लेटर डबल नहीं होना चाहिए. फाइन. सो इफेक्टिवली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, 10 लेटर में 2 लेटर तो हो गए जो डबल हो गए और बाकी जो 9 लेटर है वो सारे डिफरेंट होने चाहिए. फाइन. सो अभी नंबर ऑफ वेज टू चूज द डबल, मैंने डबल एक लोकल टर्म यूज कर दिया है. इट्स इजी फॉर अस टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो यू नो ए से लेके जो जे तक 10 लेटर है, उनमें से कोई भी एक लेटर आप चूज करो. तो यू हैव 10 ऑप्शंस हियर. इसको आपको 2 बार लेना है, ए को 2 बार लेना है, ए ए. अब बाकी जो बचे हुए 8 लेटर्स हैं वो आपको चूज करना है फ्रॉम रेस्ट ऑफ द 9 लेटर्स, राइट? सो ए से लेके जे तक में आपने ए को मान लो पहले चूज कर लिया, तो बचा बी से लेके जे तक. तो बी से लेके जे तक जितने भी 9 लेटर्स हैं उसमें से आपको 8 चूज करना है. सो टू चूज 8 आउट ऑफ 9, यू नो द बेटर वे टू पुट इट विल बी यू ड्रॉप 1 आउट ऑफ दोस 9, है ना? 8 चूज करने हैं 9 में से. इट इज एज गुड एज 1 चूज नहीं करना है 9 में से. सो 1 कितने तरीके से नहीं चूज करोगे? 9 तरीके से, राइट? सो नंबर ऑफ ways to choose rest of the 8 letters from rest of 9 letters is equal to 9. So number of ways 10 letters including the double can be selected. कितने तरीके से हम उन 10 letters को select कर सकते हैं? 10 to 9 90 हो गया, राइट? अब 90 तरीके से हम selections कर सकते हैं और every selection can be arranged in 10 factorial by 2 factorial ways. Why 2 factorial? Because वो duplication आ रही है ऊपर, जो डबल आ रहा है, कॉमन लेटर है. It's repetition. So 10 factorial by 2 factorial is the number of ways in which I can arrange a given set of those 10 letters and there are 90 such sets of letters. तो ये पूरा करके मेरे को y की वैल्यू मिल जाती है इतनी. और क्वेश्चन पूछता है what is y by 9x, that comes out of this and the answer is 5. So I'll probably categorize it as an easy problem. Now next is 46. So 46 मैं बोलता है एक राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल है जिसकी तीनों साइड्स AP में दी हुई है. फाइन. सो इट्स बट ऑब्वियस दैट इससे बड़ी साइड होगी एंड एज वी नो लाइक व्हेनेवर वी आर डीलिंग विद 3 sides or 3 numbers in AP, we prefer choosing A minus D and then A plus D, right? So since it's a right angle triangle, it has to be the hypotenuse and we can easily say A plus D the whole square equal to A square plus A minus D the whole square. A square D square cancel हो जाएंगे. Surrounding will be 2AD और यहाँ पर minus 2AD and this remains untouched. ये ऐसा कैसे रह जाएगा? Fine. And from here we get 4AD equal to A square and hence 4D equal to A. तो जो 4D वैल्यू A आती है इसको मैं रिप्लेस कर सकता हूँ 4D से, इसको रिप्लेस कर सकता हूँ 5D से, इसको रिप्लेस कर सकता हूँ 3D से. अब यहाँ इट बिकम प्रीटी क्लियर हो, पूरी पिक्चर क्लियर हो गई. 3, 4 और 5 के रेशियो में है, राइट? और इसका जो एरिया है वो कितना होगा? हाफ इंटू 3D इंटू 4D एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी 24. इससे हम लोग को D की वैल्यू मिल जाएगी 12, D की वैल्यू 2 मिल जाती है. 4 से 12 2 या D की वैल्यू 2 आ जाती है, राइट? 4 से 12 12 2 4 या these 2. Now once you get D equal to 2 you can easily get all these answers. तो जो सबसे छोटा साइड है वो ये है, that is 6. So 6 is the correct option for this one. Now question number 47. 47 क्वेश्चन में उसने क्या किया है, एक सर्कल की इक्वेशन दे रखी है x square plus y square plus 2x plus 4y minus 3 equal to 0. Comparing this equation with the standard equation, we get the center of the circle as -1, -2. राइट? अब देखो ये P जो है ना, इट्स काइंड ऑफ पपेट इन आवर हैंड. इसको हम चेंज कर सकते हैं अपने हिसाब से, बट -1 और -2 इज नॉन नेगोशिएबल. इसको हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते, ये फिक्स हो चुका है. तो इस सर्कल का जो भी सेंटर है वो अपना -1, -2 आ गया, ठीक है? वो मिलेगा नहीं वहां. P को आप चेंज करोगे तो क्या होगा? उसका सर्कल का सेंटर चेंज होगा? नो. यस, रेडियस चेंज होगा उसका, राइट? अब P को चेंज करते रहो, उसका रेडियस चेंज होता रहेगा. नाउ आई डोंट हैव टू इवन गो इन द डिटेल्स की P से उसकी एग्जैक्टली डिपेंडेंसी क्या है. P के बढ़ने पर वो रेडियस कम हो रहा है, बढ़ रहा है, आई डोंट हैव टू लुक एट एनीथिंग देयर, मैं बस बोलूंगा इसका सेंटर ही है। अब एक काम करते हैं, इस सेंटर को लेकर एक सर्कल बनाते हैं, दिस सर्कल, राइट, दिस सर्कल इज नॉट टचिंग दिस कोऑर्डिनेट्स। इस क्वेश्चन में कंडीशन ऐसी दी है कि दिस सर्कल should touch these coordinates thrice. There should be 3 common points precisely. There should be 3 common points between circle and a coordinate. इसका मतलब ये 3 बार काटना चाहिए या टच करना चाहिए। यू नो, आप सर्कल का रेडियस बढ़ाते रहोगे तो आपको एक सबसे पहले टच जो मिलेगा वो यहाँ मिलेगा, यहाँ पर। बट इसमें क्या एक ही पॉइंट आ रहा है, तो और बड़ा हो इसका सर्कल का रेडियस, तो आपको एक इंस्टेंट ऐसा आएगा तो आपका सर्कल ऐसा बन जाएगा, राइट। सो हियर इज कटिंग इट 1, 2 and 3 points. So P की एक वैल्यू के लिए ऐसी सिचुएशन पॉसिबल है। So this is one correct option. Now keep on increasing it, right? So बहुत सारे बच्चे सोचते हैं कि इससे अब जब बड़ा करेंगे हम लोग तो फिर वो 1, 2, 3, 4 पॉइंट में कट करेगा, so only one is the correct answer. So it's wrong actually. इसके अलावा एक और ऑप्शन है, वेरी ट्रिकी ऑप्शन है, वो यहाँ पर फंस जाता है, when it passes through origin, right, like this. So when you look at this, एक बार यहाँ काटता है, एक बार यहाँ काटता है origin में, एक बार यहाँ काटता है. So these are the correct options. So there are 2 correct options for P. And since I have not been asked to find the value of P, I have been asked to find number of values possible for P. So answer इसका 2 हो जाएगा. एक ये circle है, एक circle है. Without getting in the equations, you get the answer is 2 here. So 47 का 2 answer.
Yes, question number 48. They have given system of linear equations and they are saying that this system has infinitely many solutions, then you have to find the value of 1 plus alpha square. If this system is having infinite solutions, then these equations should overlap, either 2 or all the 3 equations. From observation we can say that when alpha is 1, LHS of all these 3 equations will be same, and the same thing is valid even when alpha is minus 1. So these things will overlap for alpha equal to 1 and minus 1, but for alpha equal to 1 there is a problem. These 2 equations will contradict, x plus y plus z equal to 1 and x plus y plus z equal to minus 1. Hence there will be no common x, y, z satisfying these 2 equations. Hence this entire system will not have any solution for alpha equal to 1. But we want infinitely many solutions, so there is next possibility alpha equal to minus 1. For that case we can see that all these 3 equations will become x minus y plus z equal to 1, which is satisfied for infinite values of x, y, z. Hence we can say that this is the value of alpha we are looking for. Hence the value of 1 plus alpha square will be 1. So the answer of this question is 1. Okay, next they have given one match the column type of question. They have given 3 columns in which first column we have equation of some standard conic, circle, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. In the second we have their tangents. In the third one we have their points of contact. These are actually standard results. For circle, say x square plus y square equal to a square, then equation of tangent is y equal to mx plus minus a root 1 plus m square, and with its point of contact is minus am upon root of 1 plus m square, comma a upon root of 1 plus m square. So just like that, 4 things are given which are very standard, and all the questions like question 49, 50, 51, all of them are very easy. You have to just make this thing ki which curve should satisfy the given things, given statements. In the first question, question number 49, they have said that the tangent is found to be y equal to x plus 8 and its point of contact is given as 8, 16. Then which of the set of curve, tangent and point of contact is correct option? From this option we can see that there is no root term, so we should try the curve as the parabola. If the parabola is y square equal to 4x, then its tangent should be y equal to mx plus a upon m. Comparing this equation with this one, we will get that m should be 1 and a should be 8. Hence the parabola should be y square equal to 32x, which is satisfied by 8, 16. So for this case the correct option will be option D. You can easily make it out now. Next, question number 15. They have given that A is root 2 and the point of contact is -1, 1. If you will observe all the equations, you can make it out that this is the only possible curve which can satisfy these things. Hence, you should simply check all the things for this curve. For this curve, tangent should be mx plus minus a root 1 plus m square. A is given as root 2. So it is mx plus minus root 2 times 1 plus m square. So this should be the tangent. Hence you can easily make out the correct option, which is option A. Next, question number 51. Again similar question. They have said that tangent is root 3x plus 2y equal to 4, which can be written in this form, minus root 3y 2x plus 2. Comparing it with the standard tangent like mx plus minus root of a square m square plus b square for ellipse and for hyperbola minus b square, we will see that it is satisfied for ellipse, which is right now given as x square upon a square plus y square upon 1 equal to 1. For this ellipse, all the things are satisfied. Hence, we can easily make out the correct option in this case, which is option C. So the correct answer for this entire comprehension method column is D, A and C. Yes, next.
Yeah, so this is the last question now. It's again a kind of matrix here. So, I mean, most of the questions which have been asked in this paper are from complex number, from coordinate geometry in calculus. And this seems to be pretty interesting one here. Function is going to be like this. Fine. The way they have asked, this is the question पूछा हुआ है. So as a student जब इसको देख रहा हूँ, the first thing which strikes me, I should have a complete knowledge of f of x which is given to us, then f dash x, then f double dash x. Okay. So भले ही मेरा answer आए ना आए, I have to get f dash and f double dash x here. So probably I'll be in the right track here. So it was a very simple thing. इसका डेरिवेटिव भी इतना आ गया, इसका सेकंड डेरिवेटिव इतना आ गया. Fine. और उसने बोला हुआ है इस फंक्शन के बारे में. तो उसके हिसाब से हम देखते हैं कि इसका जो फंक्शन है f of 1 वो 1 पे 1 ही है. f of e पे भी इसकी वैल्यू वापस से 1 आती है. And f of e square पे it comes down somewhere here. Fine. Now इसका जो डेरिवेटिव है this, the moment I look at this expression, I am pretty confident about this that ये एक ही बार ये 0 होने वाला है. Because if you look at 1 by x का curve and log x curve, they are intersecting at one point and that point has to be beyond 1, right? 1 और e के बीच में आएगा point. Because 1 पे तो ये यहाँ पर 0 हो जाएगा. Okay, so basically we are assured that this has to be 0 just once. वो एक ही बार 0 होगा. तो 1 और e के बीच में 0 होगा. Now हमको एक फिगर यहाँ से मिल गया कि ये दो पॉइंट बराबर है. तो डेफिनेटली ये यहाँ पर नीचे होने की वजह से it has to be the maximum somewhere in between, right? तो मैंने रफ कवर बना दिया इस तरह से. Now if I look at the solutions, this one. Now if I look at the options here, so f of x equal to 0, first some value between 1 and e square. So that's correct. 1 और e square के बीच में कहीं ना कहीं 0 होता है एक बार में. Then f dash x equal to 0 at x equal to 1 and e. ये भी correct है because हमने यहाँ पर देख लिया था 1 और e के बीच में. So you know ये भी लिखना चाहिए बिल्कुल actually C1 maybe even right ये लिख देना पड़ा आपको. C1 C2 C3 columns. Yeah. So f dash x equal to 0. That's correct between 1 and e. Then तीसरा बोल रहा है f dash x equal to 0 between 0 and 1. तो यार f dash x 0 1 के बीच में 0 हो नहीं सकता because 0 1 के बीच में they are not equal. So this is a wrong option. So इसमें मैं अगर correct करूँ ये correct है ये गलत हो गया. Fine. So you have to look at a copy here. Now f double dash x equal to 0 between 1 and e. अब जो f double dash x है ये definitely हर बार ही negative रहने वाला है. So it cannot be 0. So this is also wrong. Now looking at column 2. Column 2 states that f of x when x tends to infinity is equal to 0. वो इसकी बात कर रहा है वो. Fine. So x tends to infinity निकालना करते हैं simple problem. You have to rearrange this. So यहाँ पर हम ऐसे करेंगे x plus 1 minus x log x. तो x को infinity पे लेके जाओगे तो ये infinity चला जाएगा. ये जो सेक्शन है ये माइनस infinity चला जाएगा और ये जो सेक्शन है ये infinity चला जाएगा. So you can see that the product is infinity square negatively. तो they will take over this one. So overall ये minus infinity हो जाता है. So you know f of x will not be equal to 0. So basically ये गलत हो गया. And x tends to infinity हमने प्रूव कर ही दिया है कि it is whole thing is minus infinity. So that way this is correct. Then वो बात करता है f dash x की. F dash x basically this thing. F dash x this is equal to minus infinity. So that's correct because x to infinity ले आओगे तो ये 0 हो जाएगा और ये पूरा minus infinity होता है. So x to infinity में minus infinity है, that's correct. Now the last one, f double dash x when x tends to infinity. तो जब x tends to infinity होगा तो ये 0 पूरा 0 को टेंड करेगा. So this is also correct here. Now f is increasing between 0 and 1, right? So देखो हमने देखा था कि इसका जो फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव है वो सिर्फ एक ही बार 0 होता है यहाँ पर, right? तो somewhere here. तो इससे पहले ये हमेशा इंक्रीजिंग है, इसके बाद में हमेशा ये डिक्रीजिंग है. So in that case f of s increasing between 0 and 1. So this is the correct option. Then f of x is decreasing between e and e square. Now we can see that e के आप आगे जाओगे, beyond e is always coming down. So this is also a decreasing function. That's also correct. Then f dash x is increasing in 0 and 1. So f dash x की जब बात करते हैं, where is f dash x? Okay, this is f dash x. So this is increasing in 0 and 1. So इसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि इसका जो second derivative है वो हमेशा से negative है, right? In this right zone is always negative. So f dash x has to be decreasing for all the intervals. So that way this comes out to be the wrong one and this is the correct one. So if you look at the whole matrix, then you can figure out that 50 second में 2 और q. This is the last one. Sorry, q is this one. So 2 q. You can also check from your paper. एक बार ये आ गया तो आपको बस इससे choose करना है correct वाले कौन से wrong वाले कौन से. So उसमें that way your options correct come out to be D, A and D. So this is the paper analysis here. I hope it will be of some help. And as I told you, like it will be of help if and only you already gone through it yourself because I'm not fast कराया. So we wish you all the best and let's hope that most of you will get good ranks and good branches in IITs.
Yeah.
Best of luck.